The podcast that you're about to listen to does not care about your emotions, your hypersensitivity, or your political correctness. If you wish to continue, then
shut up and sit down.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to the Alpha 5 podcast. I'm Frank, a.k.a. PJ, here with John.
yo.
And that's it. Nah.
Is it?
Okay.
No, not this time. We got Katina here. We are short. Jonah, Ray, and Fabian, unfortunately, they got some work obligations, but we brought y'all somebody hot, somebody fresh, somebody that is
just
not afraid to throw
overall.
it down. There you go. Just a shit overall. Katina,
I gotta say though, I'm really upset the other guys weren't here. I was really excited to hang out with them. But
life don't stop for anybody.
Shit happens. There's obligations, the holidays and shit. I get
Word.
it. So
I
I
want
hope
them to
y'all
be
are
here.
doing well. I hope the next time I get around, I get to see you guys.
Yeah, you can
Facts.
hold it down for them though. It'll be all right.
Absolutely.
Facts.
That's what I do.
What's good, PJ?
I mean, man,
Nobody
I'm
ever
tired.
asked you how you doing.
Yeah,
you
what's
don't
up,
ask
dude?
me
How you
I-
doing?
how you're
No one
doing.
ever. I don't think no one cares
I
at that
care.
That's
time.
not true.
I appreciate
care.
it.
I care.
Aw.
I care, bro. That's why I just
care,
asked
buddy.
You're touching my feelings.
you. I'm
Pulling the
here,
heartstrings.
I'm here for you, bro.
I'm tired, man. Personally, I'm tired. Like Katina said, the holidays is beating me up. Like,
it's beating
gotta
everybody
go
up.
here, gotta go there, gotta buy this, buy that.
Nah,
like,
forget that, man. I got so many nieces and nephews now. I just went out and bought a bunch of paint. And I just made them all paintings.
that's dope.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
I've never done it
creative enough
before. It's the
for
first
that.
time I ever did it.
I'm not creative enough for that.
Neither am I. I just pulled up some Disney pictures
Facts.
and remade those pictures.
Facts. You make it up as you go along, bro.
Yep.
Simple as
I
that.
told everybody in my family I'm pretty much not getting them anything. Except for the kids. Like, you have to get the kids. But
Well, you have to get the kids,
As
right?
adults, you shouldn't be doing that. Buying
Nah, man. We
other
do
adults.
you know how
I
big
bought
my
my
family
wife
is?
gifts.
Secret
I know,
Santa, bro.
Nope.
Hold up, what?
I'm not getting. No.
You didn't buy your wife a Christmas gift?
No.
Yet.
May I-
I hope that's the missing word right now.
No, there's.
May I
there,
ask you why?
Because, nigga, I got shit to do. I got bills to pay. I got other things that I want that I gotta pay for.
A card?
She knows. Maybe. I put the tree up with her.
Nigga. All
Is
right.
it my twitching?
Yeah. she about to, she
Am I
about to,
twitching?
Listen,
she about to
but
buck up.
I'm also not
I
expecting
wish
nothing from
y'all
her
could
though.
see our faces right now. Me
Like-
and John are just like jaw on chest.
I'm really not expecting nothing from her though. At the
So-
same time, because
so
like,
if Your
Okay, all
wife-
right. Well, if you guys have an agreement that this Christmas you guys are just going to take advantage of each other's
I don't know.
time, then
His-
okay,
his
because
face
Christmas
is not telling
shouldn't
me
be
there's an
about
agreement.
that.
His face is telling me he's just assuming this is what's happening.
No, because she's tried to like, oh, what do you want? And I'm like, nothing. Like, I'm telling her
you're
nothing.
Fucking
Okay,
up.
but did you say nothing because
As
I can't
as somebody who loves you as
we
your
can't
best
really
friend,
do this year, or did you just say, oh, nothing?
No, all right, because I think that she's trying to.
Figure out what you want for Christmas.
No, all right. There's like almost every year, like we agree not to get each other something, and I lie. I'm not lying this year.
So you just decided this is the year you decided to tell the truth.
Yeah, kind of. But she understands why, though. Like, this
Okay.
all right, 2020,
All right, you're off the-
2020.
That's going to hurt.
No,
I'm telling you, bro.
She's
Even-
gonna be-
Even if you tell her and she says, "Yeah, I get it," and y'all both understand, she's still going to expect something.
2020 is supposed to be a hopefully bigger year for us. I can't get
so
into
y'all are
specifics.
getting ready for 2020. Is that what's good?
Right, but you know,
So
like
you just need to make her understand that you legitimately are not bullshitting
See,
her
I'm
this
lucky
year.
like that though. It's like she's good. She
sounds like a good woman.
She's low maintenance. Like,
Word.
it's a beautiful thing.
I bought the shit required for me this year.
Yeah, she's low maintenance.
Yeah, I
It's-
lucked out.
And I
too. So, but I'm
That's
never
what's
getting
up.
married. But we agreed that we were never getting
Marriage
married.
is a beautiful
so, marriage is. Oh no,
I like marriage.
I don't disagree. I think that everybody finds the relationship that they're supposed to be in. I think that me and her both had some pretty traumatic relationships in the past. And I think that moving forward, both of us just want to revel in the relationship and not put extra pressure on top of that. Because that's how we have associated marriage. So both of our engagements were full of pressure. The marriage needed to happen immediately or the relationship wasn't valid. Like, that's what it felt like for both of us. And neither of those relationships ended well, you know? Her mother's marriage was not fantastic. The one that she's in right now is not fantastic. My mother's first marriage was not fantastic, although her second one is. I love my stepfather. I just don't see it as something that I need, per se, especially when marriage is really religious, you know?
No, sure. I mean, it's
a religious thing, and I'm a religious person.
A big step
I'm like a Catholic and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in Jesus. Shit, you know, Jesus is my savior.
I love
that
Jesus
nigga got my back and shit.
I'm a Catholic and shit.
I just don't need that. I don't need to stand in front of a bunch of people and get this piece of paper to prove to them and to prove to her that I love her. I'd rather do that every day.
All right, that's cute. That was cute.
I totally respect that. I dig that. I don't know. I saw my parents like be moderately, okayly, happily married. I guess.
Oh yeah, I've seen super happy
kids,
marriages.
and it's like, I don't know. I feel like this. Like, I love my wife. Like, I'm not going anywhere.
Of course.
So I will sign a contract that gives you my soul, and if anything happens,
that's a odd way of.
Bruh,
making that statement.
I have a tattoo of
what does
her
that
name
have to,
on
What
my
does that
body.
have to do with your soul?
You
said, I will give you my soul.
Because that's really what it is.
That looks like the Kingdom Hearts.
That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is.
I love you guys already. You guys are meant for each other. See, marriage is for you guys, and I see that. And I see marriage is for a lot of my family, and I just know that marriage isn't for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen.
So I respect the sanctity of it as fuck. But
if you
figured
it out for you, you figured it out for you.
Exactly.
I mean, that's it. It's not about.
And y'all don't even know.
Not about conforming.
It's not. We are the least conformative relationship you'll probably ever.
There you go.
Word.
You know, ethically non-monogamous. We live half a country away from each other, but we see each other as often as we can. And I've never loved anybody more in my entire life.
That's dope.
Wow. Damn.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You don't hear most married people speak like that.
Hell no.
You know, I'm just lucky. I found, you know,
I'm happy. I'm happy for you.
This person
you
who
found
just
her.
happened to be, I think, made of the same piece of stardust, or maybe we've known each other in past lives. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine you're made from the same atoms from the same exploding star as somebody else, bro. Imagine, like, of all the universe, like, y'all come from the same atom, the same fucking
piece
star.
of stardust. Yeah,
bro. Nigga.
You pulled at John's heartstrings.
Did I just blow your mind?
You did. This is how
gonna try and carbon date yourself or something, bro.
Carbon, I'm saying, I'm not Han Solo.
There are
now.
people.
There are people. DNA test.
You will meet people in your life that you just know you are connected to them within seconds of meeting them. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
Let me tell you something. How many friends do you have from high school?
From high school?
Yes, from Monroe Woodbury.
From Monroe Woodbury High School. Class of 2004 and the previous 3 years and following 3 years.
All right. Define.
You regularly keep in contact with them.
How many niggas are in our
care
group
about
chat?
their well-being.
That's right.
How many niggas are in the group chat?
How many niggas in the group chat?
Yeah, it probably boils down to like 2 that I regularly keep in contact
That's
with.
it?
Yeah.
Well, when I say regularly,
honestly,
I mean you check on them multiple times, like in the year.
That I give a shit about like what
like
might be happening.
You give a shit about what, like when you, yeah.
All right, no,
From
it's like a handful.
Yeah,
it's like and what's almost interesting with that is there's people that I didn't think I would give a shit about then that I almost give a shit about
you give
now.
A shit about
you know what I mean?
Like I loved you in high school, but I care about you more now than I care about you in high school.
Ooh,
PJ, that's
I
the
like
real
that
shit.
though because it makes sense.
Wait.
You were my homie in high school, and I always cared about your well-being. Like that's a thing, you know what I mean? That's why the second I found you in social media, I was like, click, that's somebody I want to be checking up on, you know?
Right.
But now I feel like in this part of our lives, we are more connected than we were in high school. I was living a very different life. You guys had come from different locations.
That's actually very much what I think about. Like, there's a couple people that I can think about. Like, damn, why didn't?
All right, now you ready to get your mind blown?
Why didn't I vibe with them back then? Like, I know why, but
I want to hear it.
I have lived in more places than I can remember. I've lived in more than 6 states and in multiple towns in each state. All right. I've never in my life met anybody with as many friends from their school years as the people in Monroe Woodbury.
Dude.
I can believe it. Well, it's because it's not really friends. It's associations.
No,
it's
not even
culture.
associations,
it's a way.
bro. I am good friends with more than 20 people from Monroe Woodbury.
I mean, I still hang out with more than just Frank and Fabi. Alex was over here the other day. Yeah, no, Alex, Alejandro.
Yeah, he just added me. He just added me on Facebook. That's my dude. I miss him so much.
Xbox the other day. Like,
why'd y'all come get him
there's
in
still
here?
people that I hang out with.
Make a little reunion.
There you go.
Class of 2004.
Actually, I had a Halloween party a few weeks ago, and 90% of the people there were the people I graduated with. Now that I think about it,
because we're still friends and we still hang out and we still care about each other. You know, somebody that I talk to constantly. That's one of my best friends.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
I lived with.
See, the thing about me in high school,
I could go on and on. There's a freaking.
There's a lot of.
I can keep going. There's a million people
I was never really close to a lot of people like that. You know what I mean? Like, people knew me, but I was so much in like my own world back then.
You know, I thought I was such a nerd in high school.
Nah, you were cool, man.
I didn't know that.
I didn't think a lot of people liked me until fucking I got what I get voted most reliable. I got voted most reliable in our fucking senior year of over 600.
Nigga, we were friends the whole time. What do you mean you didn't know if people liked you? I'm not saying people like
you. You weren't included in that.
That's not what I'm saying. We were together. I hung out with a lot of people. I was friends with a lot of people in school.
I didn't realize
you were also friends with. Like, you were with me with,
that's the thing.
With those same people.
I felt like I was known. Like, people knew me, but I wasn't friends with people. Like,
there's a difference. We knew each other, but you don't know me. But you know me, but you don't know me.
It's like, especially like I was so much into whoever it was I was dating at that time.
God damn it!
Right? Like, I'm not to put no names out.
Always got a girlfriend with a name.
Yeah, I mean,
damn, I just dropped so many names too. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, I just said boom. I was just about to say we usually try to avoid that.
My bad.
Even though I did it a few weeks ago.
Might be some beeps.
Yeah, there's gonna be a few beeps up in there. I think.
Some random cutouts.
I'm gonna just silence that part. There.
Yeah, that's good. Right. Yeah, just bleep those ones out. My bad.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, like, you know, because of that, because I didn't develop those like relationships. There were people that I thought were dope, but I didn't develop relationships with. I think that's why I don't have as many friends from back then. You know?
Yeah.
But like you were saying, oddly enough, yeah, I give a shit like when I see you on social media and shit like that, like more than I used to.
Exactly.
And yeah, there's certain people, mutual friends that we have that I'm more involved with now.
I've met multiple people from that area, and they're all like, no, I don't talk to anybody around here. Don't tell those people that you know me.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's outrageous.
It's this town, and I think it has a lot to do with we're the first generation of the internet. Like, we're the first millennials. Like, we're the beginning of the millennials. We're the ones that started using AIM and like MySpace and stuff like that. So we kind of
building our own. Before MySpace, we were building our own websites.
Hit with a lot of different shit too.
We're the first generation ever to never lose contact with their high school class.
No joke.
Ever. Like, I don't know a life where I don't know Katina or where I don't know Frank. I've known you for longer than I haven't known you. Even if it's at a distance on the internet, we never lost contact. I watched your hair change. I watched you.
Word.
This is how it works.
So shit, I can take my hat off.
It is dope. Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, I'm wearing a fucking light on.
Oh my goodness,
he's got that long hair.
Yeah, it's there.
But it's kind of crazy.
Barber.
It's kind of
crazy. Your hair while I'm home.
I'm trying to get it into a ponytail. I'm sorry, John.
Okay.
No, I was just saying it's kind of crazy, like how that works, like how society is now changed with literally our generation, like 84, 85, 86. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we're the ones that changed it.
Absolutely.
Because now generations will never lose contact with their childhood or their childhood friends, no matter what. Oh, I'm moving to another house. Yeah, just add me.
Even when somebody deads you, even when you dead somebody, there's always a way for you to make sure that person's okay. Even if you guys don't talk no more, there's always a way to make sure that person at least is okay if you care about their well-being. You know, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
It's creepy and wild at the same time.
No, not that you care about. It's just crazy. It's crazy how society works like that. At least now it does.
But, you know, speaking of which, this almost is like a reunion of sorts.
It really is.
For us to really reconnect. I'm speaking more for myself and you, Katina, right?
Yeah, because I've seen John a couple times.
What's been going on? Tell the listeners about yourself. Like, because there's very specific reasons why we really, really wanted to have you here.
Oh, you want the specific reasons?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Like, just let the audience know. Give them something to relate to, understand.
All right. My name's Katina. I am a 33-year-old lesbian disabled veteran of the Army. And I have had a wild life.
It sounds like the beginning of a fucking movie.
They're going to write a movie about my ass one day. I've always said that. I'm going down in history, my dude. They are not going to forget me. I always said, if you're going to, the reason we're alive is to make an impact on life. Aside from just being ironically carbon-based by accident, you know, and like developing all this crap. Regardless, you know, we're here to make an impact on the world. And the only way to make sure that you do that is to make sure that the people after you remember you. So the more people remember you, the bigger impact you made on the world, right?
I hear you.
So where did you serve? Like, and when did you serve?
Okay, so I joined the Army in November of 2009, but I didn't leave for basic until February 10th, 2010. And I went to Fort Jackson, where I got my ass handed to me.
All right, wait. You got your ass handed to you, like...
The Army... okay, so I went into this kind of understanding the concept, but the Army breaks you down and builds you back up. Like, everybody's heard that saying before.
Right.
The military breaks you down and builds you back up. They quite literally wipe as much of civilian away from you as they can without removing
your humanity.
You know what I'm saying? And then replace that with the military.
So
that's insane to me.
The basic training is physical and mental brainwashing.
Jesus,
that's an interesting way to put it.
It was the most fun I never want to have again in my life.
That's an even weirder way to put it. So it was the most fun I never want to have again. Like,
you got to dig into that.
All right, imagine going to summer camp in hell.
That's almost, honestly, that's kind of how I pictured it, though.
Yeah, only like in summer camp it's like leisurely and you can like, oh, everybody's having fun. In the Army, it's all like, fucking do it now, do it fucking now, and do it right, or do it again. And if you can't do it right, and you keep trying, and you can't do it, and you can't do it, we're kicking you the fuck out of here. If you want a paycheck, you got to do this.
That's insane.
It's violent.
And then there's this giant book called The Uniform Code of Military Justice. And those are all our rules. And they clearly lays out the expectations laid for you. It's just right there, right? And then, if you fuck up, it tells you how you're going to get punished about that too. So it's like literally everything about the military is like them just telling you what to do and a lot of waiting around.
This sounds boring as fuck.
It is so much fun and so boring at the same time.
Do you know what it sounds like? Jail.
That's why most military members get along really, really well with people from prison because we're institutionalized.
Bro, what she's explaining is like, dude, sounds like OCJ. Sounds like you just sitting around in a fucking bunk with a bunch of people until you have to go do something.
You're already in trouble when you're in jail. When you're in the military, you only got yourself in trouble by getting into the military. If you get yourself in more trouble, the military really jacks you up. They really do.
Really?
Yeah.
If you get in some more trouble,
and they believe that what happened is true, you get into a lot of trouble. Yes, and they can put you in military jail. So you won't go to regular jail if you get in trouble. You go to like Fort Leavenworth.
Matter of fact, I think Ray was military police.
Yeah.
Oh, so he knows.
Wow.
Yeah,
What branch was he in? He's from Puerto Rico. He's probably Army.
I mean, he's
Like,
Puerto
he's from
Rican.
Washington,
I think he was. I think it was Army.
He's from Washington.
Oh, you said he's in Puerto Rico.
Well, yeah, but that's because he like does like he's out there building homes for
Yeah,
like
that's
helping
really
hands from Puerto
awesome.
Rico.
He's
He's
dope
out.
as
He's
fuck,
out.
bro.
He's
I
out there.
really
That's
guys
really
to link
awesome.
up.
I wish that had been my experience, and if I had known that the National Guard was the way to do that, I might have gone in that direction
It's probably been
instead
a
of going active.
lot less traumatic.
Not necessarily, but you got to think. You go into when you join the military, National Guard, Reserve, active duty, any branch, it doesn't matter. You understand that you're signing up to get a paycheck to potentially die in saving the country, like protecting the country. Like that's a thing. That's what we do. Like that's what you understand. Do you understand why you're signing on this line to protect this country and potentially lay down your life? Yes, I understand. Sign the line.
I just want to say salute to you. And I usually, you see online like during fucking Memorial Day, you be like, yeah, shout out to all our troops, bro. But like, no, you specifically, my friend Katina from back in the, like, thank you, bro. Like, thank you. Because I'm telling you, I couldn't have did that shit. Y'all niggas, Americans don't have a problem. I could not do even the monotony of it. I could not have put myself through something that you were willing to put yourself through. Even if you got paid, it's still, you put your life on the line, yo. And I want to tell you, thank you as a classmate. Like, you didn't have to go out there and do that shit for me, but you did.
Absolutely.
So this is from the bottom of my heart, yo, thank you. Like, dead ass. And I don't really mean that shit when I be saying that shit online. I really don't. I do, but I don't. I do. Let me clarify my asshole comment.
Before you get that going, let me say something. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And I mean that because normally when I say it, I don't. All right,
I feel you.
All right,
I say it
so that's kind of like two asshole responses to each other.
Because this is the deal, right?
I say it online,
I mean it. Like, no,
two penalties they negated.
Only one at the time that I joined, only 1% of the country was joining the military to fight for this country. Their reasons for joining may have been different. School, avoiding jail time, citizenship, or actually wanting to fight for the country. There was only 1% of us doing that. So I mean it when I say you're welcome because I knew what I was doing. But at the same time, that's one of the most awkward situations in the world. And I feel so bad saying it. And I know I'm not the only veteran that feels that way. But the minute somebody finds out that you're a veteran, they say thank you. And 9 times out of 10, they're only saying it because it's quote unquote culturally obligated.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually a super hot take. I'm one of those people. But not because I feel culturally obligated. I genuinely mean thank you. Like, because I know you're doing something that the average person doesn't.
Who doesn't want to feel culturally obligated is when you say thank you, look them in the eyes, shake their hand firm, and let them know that you genuinely feel gratitude for their actions.
Like, because that's how you're like, this is the only, and I have family that's been in the military. And I have never felt that way.
That's so What honestly though, for me, what she just said about that awkward feeling, like I think I've noticed that, but I think it's the kind of thing like, when you're doing something like because you feel like it's your duty, and then somebody thanks you for it. Like I think there's an inherent awkwardness there. Like if one of your kids comes up to you and says, thank you for being my dad or something like that, just like random like that. Like I'm kind of doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, that is exactly it. I don't feel like I did anything special.
Right.
But at the same time, is it because I didn't do anything special? Is it because the military made me feel like I wasn't doing anything special? I think that's what it is. Because you absolutely did. So I could tell, my dad was in Nam. And he probably has the same.
Oh, he was in the jungle. You know what I mean? So like I don't. He would. Somebody would say thank you for your story. How do you respond to that? Like
how do you respond to it?
At that, he was
You're welcome.
But at the time, he was a scared kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he probably don't feel like he did much, but he was out there
at a
handling.
time where he probably felt like he had zero option at that.
Well, you a kid from North Carolina that moved to the New York City, and now you're in a jungle halfway across the world shooting at.
Was he drafted or did he join?
No, he joined.
Ooh.
It was a choice.
Yo, tell your dad he's a fucking badass.
I know he is.
No joke, badass. I waited, see, because if you guys remember, I talked to the recruiters when I was in high school.
Did you?
I did. I talked to the recruiters in high school, and then I was like, I like smoking weed. So I stopped talking to the recruiters. And then I talked to the recruiters again when I was like 20. Mm-hmm. But I was doing real bad things when we were 20 years old. So I couldn't get into the military. And then I was 22. My grandfather had just passed away. Prior to him passing away, I had started talking to a recruiter again, and I had spoken to him about it a little bit, his opinion. Then he passed away, and then I had a crazy dream, and so I joined the Army.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, recruiters trying to get me
do you feel like joining the Army saved your life?
Absolutely. I mean, okay, let me rephrase. I think I would have lived I think I eventually would have been happy and successful. I just don't think I would have done it the way that I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would have been as easy for me. My main purpose, aside from the obvious desire to fight for my country that had stemmed from childhood, right? Because both of my grandfathers were in the Army. So I was like really, really about it, you know?
Right.
And then I wanted to go to school, and I applied to UAlbany, and they required SATs. And I did not take my SATs.
You didn't?
No, man.
Why?
Okay. So my family is big in the area, the Dwaynes and the Spears, right? But my parents were not wealthy in that manner. So I mean, I didn't know that we were like lower middle class or poor. You know, I didn't realize that, but looking back on it, we couldn't afford the SATs, bro.
You had to pay to take the SATs?
Yeah, that shit wasn't free. I didn't take them shits. My parents wasn't paying for them either.
Yeah, because we couldn't afford it.
I honestly don't remember it.
My mom said, "What kind of college do you want to go to?" And I said, I don't know if I want to go to college yet, because I'm that hoe. I'm that bitch. I was like, excuse me. I said, excuse me. You want me to pay money to do something I'm not sure I want to do? That doesn't make very much sense. Why would I take out a $30,000 loan to do a thing that I'm not sure I want to do for the rest of my life? Let me live my life a little bit, and then I'll figure it out. And so for like a year and a half, she pressured me about going to school. And when I was 19, I went out to Minnesota, and I went to radio broadcasting school. And I did 1.5 semesters, and they told me that starting pay was $14,000, and
oh my God.
Yes, $14,000 a year, and my tuition was $36. Yep. It was $36.
I would have took that.
That sounds about right.
And I had a Sallie Mae loan, and if you know anything about student loans, Sallie Mae has all been forgiven because they were psychotic. And I did the math, and I said,
that's why the government bought my Sallie Mae loans.
Yes, they bought your loans out because they screwed us. Sallie Mae was a federal loan.
Wow.
Wait,
now we have
and then they were
subsidized and unsubsidized. Well, the government took them.
They took the debt
away from us. So the government took on the debt.
I still gotta pay my shit though.
You were paying on Sallie. You're still paying on a Sallie Mae?
You might be paying on a Fed loan.
You know what? Yeah, you know what?
Paying on a Fed loan
because I paid my Sallie Mae off first. Damn.
If only you would have deferred, my guy.
Defer.
There are people that I know that had degrees.
My grandfather co-signed for my Sallie Mae, and I wanted that off his shit. I did not want my shit affecting him. So like,
say no more.
Everything.
My mom signed for mine, and I still kind of feel bad about it.
See, the VA actually paid for my school, and I fucked up. How did the VA pay for my school? My dad.
Yeah.
Because he's 100% disabled.
Yeah, so you get free schooling.
Right, but we didn't know that until 2001.
Yeah, because that's when it was made available. The post 9/11 Montgomery GI Bill.
So that accounted for Vietnam vets too?
Vietnam vets have been included in disability.
Yeah, but he didn't know.
All you had to do for the post 9/11 Montgomery GI Bill is pay like 12 months of $100 when you were enlisted.
I think this was back pay because at one point, when I turned 18, the government sent me a check for $15,000, and I had no idea why.
I remember that.
We had went to the government. We had went to some place in Jersey.
What did you spend it on?
A car. First thing I bought. A big ass LCD. Yes, I had a brown Altima. I had an LCD.
Remember that shit.
I had an LCD TV.
I don't remember that shit
strip
either.
clubs, fast food.
There we go.
Lots of weed.
Lots of weed, lots of clothes.
A lot of hotel rooms.
Well, the Woodbury Commons.
A lot of girls.
Right.
No, I wasn't shopping in the Commons.
Tripping. Why not?
I had $15,000.
The Galleria was his shit.
I was in the Palisades.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same shit.
But you're right. I probably was in the Commons too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front.
How could you not be like, I just need a new pair of butters?
I was
walk your ass down to Timberlake.
I was like, I was like 18, 19 years old. You shouldn't give me that.
No,
like,
that's insane. Your parents should have taken that from you and put it in.
You would have had to fight me. I'm a grown ass man.
Goddamn right. That's what I did with my car. I fought my mom for my goddamn car.
Yeah.
Best believe he had influences trying to tell him otherwise.
Oh yeah, him.
You the one that's good with money?
Yeah, hell yeah. He should have been tricking with me.
But
no,
I was trying to tell him like, yo,
all by yourself.
my man, like,
My best friend,
don't do that, like,
yeah, but
yo, it's gonna go quick,
since
bro.
since I'm doing it,
he wasn't trying to hear nothing.
Since I'm doing it, best friend,
You might
let's
as well.
go to the city, nigga. Let's go see some titties, nigga. Since I'm doing it,
Who doesn't ever want to see some titties?
yeah, man.
Everybody wants titties in their face.
But since he wouldn't do it,
Everybody.
I had real deplorables around me spending the money. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't have been.
Like, but exactly, that's how.
Why didn't you hit me up, Don? I would have went and seen some titties with you.
I had people with me that we all know that I had those people.
That's how bad though he wanted to. He just wanted to spend it. He was like, "Yo, I have something I haven't had before."
You gonna have me broke your whole life.
No, but that's what I'm. Listen,
Yeah,
you know, like
That's what I did with my first big ass
you get
paycheck.
your
I was
first
like,
name brand
what did you
sneakers
give
at
me?
16.
I can spend it on anything I want.
I was that
God.
friend that was telling like, nah, nigga, I'm not about to see you piss your life away.
You want to know the first thing I did?
Piss your life away.
Because it was around my 18th birthday. So when I turned 18, I went and got a Blockbuster card. Boom. I was lit. That's what you do.
Blockbuster don't even.
Yo, this is what year is this?
Throwback.
2003. So think about 2003. That's when I turned 18. Yes, nigga, I went to the old Blockbuster over by Stop and Shop, and I went like a boss.
You know what I did when I turned 18?
What?
I bought a pack of cigarettes and a Hustler.
I bought cigarettes on my birthday, and I wasn't even smoking yet.
Right. Yeah.
I was just handing them out to people.
It was just because you could.
Just because you could,
I'm an
bro.
adult. Because you're a stupid teenager.
By the way, guys, I just turned 18, so
Look,
if anybody needs cigarettes, let me know.
I guess I was trying to now that I look back at it, I was trying to prove to myself that I was really an adult.
Hell
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Even on my
Absolutely.
21st birthday, I went to the liquor store nervous as fuck. Like, yo, they're not going to, even though it says 21, they're not going to let me buy this.
They're gonna ask me. They're gonna tell me my ID's fake. You know, I still get told that my ID's fake, and I am not as old as I am.
I mean, in all fairness, like you still look young as fuck.
Yeah,
like you're 30,
regularly. I get ID'd by people
years
younger
old,
than me
going
constantly.
on 16.
I had a 19-year-old look at me and go, "Can I see your ID, please?" And I said,
You wanted to
"How
backhand
old
the
are you?"
shit out of him, didn't you?
I said, "That is so sweet. How old are you?"
Well, I have a theory
And he
about
said,
You
"Excuse
pulled
me." I
one of
said,
those?
"Put my ID on the," and then watch this. This is the kind of veteran I am. I took my military ID out and put it on top of that. I was like, "I'm a 33-year-old veteran. Give me my goddamn
Old-ass
jewel."
lady.
You should have called him young man.
Old ass lady, you are so sweet.
I do it every
you, young
single
man.
time.
Oh
I'm
my
33 years
God.
old.
You should've
As
called
a
him-
female, to get ID'd at 33 years old, that is a big deal for me.
That's
all
what's up.
Especially as a female stud, because you know us old studs be looking crazy sometimes.
Listen, not all the time because
For those of you who don't know me, I have an undercut and dreads on the top of my head. I'm wearing sweatpants and a huge Boys in the Hood hoodie.
She's more gangster than gangster sometimes.
Listen, when you have melanin, it's gonna sound crazy.
I'm mountain gangster.
Mountain gangster?
We're mountain trolls out here, bro.
Mountain trolls. That's gonna be my new favorite thing.
I like
that. That's what we are out here.
Like
this weird, funky hybrid of like hillbilly and urban city kid.
Everybody from Route 17 and higher is a mountain troll to me now.
Because we'll party in the woods with a bonfire. That's fine.
Even if I like you, you're a mountain troll. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I like
we'll
that.
party in the woods in a bonfire.
While listening to DMX, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And the men are mountain ogres. I just like it.
Yeah.
I have to differentiate.
All right.
You're a mountain ogre.
I like that.
No. All right. No. I think the mountain ogres are like, those guys in this area. And you know what guys I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta digress a little bit because I actually had a question way back when.
All right, let's hear it.
I just remembered it, so I don't want to forget it.
Uh-huh.
You had said that the Army saved your life.
Yes.
Right. How did the Army save your life? Because I don't think that enough people appreciate why some will join the military.
What the military can do for you.
Right.
I guess,
yeah.
So the balance between how it jacks you up and how it makes you a better person. Right? So before the military, I had no direction. I couldn't hold a job. I never took well to advice. I didn't listen to anybody. I hated authority. I still have a little bit of a problem with authority, but when I need to, I am capable of biting my tongue now and dealing with that authority.
Control.
I've learned control. I learned respect. I learned integrity. I was a pretty bad drug addict. A couple of years prior to the military, I had stopped upon moving to Albany. So probably like 2.5, 3 years prior to the military, I stopped doing drugs.
Like heavy drugs?
Yeah, into some narcotics. I didn't do, like heroin. I wasn't into opioids and
snitching. She was just, going through a phase.
No, but
I know.
No, I'm totally comfortable talking about my addiction because that's something that needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? People shouldn't be ashamed of that shit. Yo, I am a recovering addict. You know what I'm saying? My DOC was cocaine, which you guys know is readily available out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did dabble into cooking that shit up a little bit, and it was right at that point when I was playing with all of that and some ecstasy and some pills that one of my very best friends turned and said to me, if you don't stop, you're going to kill yourself. And I said, wow, okay. And I stopped doing drugs.
That's awesome.
I still smoke.
Well, that's not drugs.
But that's not drugs. That's plant.
Drugs.
That's life. That's God giving,
That's weed,
and
man.
God said, all seed-bearing plant will be good.
There you go. You're right.
It's honestly incredible though how you rose from that, because one, you're telling us stories on two fronts.
Yeah.
Because you're showing how a person can recover and better themselves from an addiction that they feel might be holding them down. Right? That where they think that that's their life and that's it. But also you're giving an example of a way to move from that.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. And now that's not the path for everybody. I quit doing all of those drugs cold turkey. That's not something that everybody can do. I like to believe that I have some pretty intense, mind willpower.
Right.
Pretty much anything that I've put my mind to that I was like, yeah, this is the thing I'm doing. I do it.
Right.
It happens because I put my mind to it and I make it happen. So, you have to have some serious willpower to join the military. You have to have some serious willpower to go cold turkey. You have to have some serious willpower to sit through 4 years of schooling for a business administration degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not an easy degree to get. That is a lot of droning lectures and ridiculous reading and numbers and numbers and numbers. And I did all that. Because I said I was going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you put your mind to it.
Exactly.
You had the mental fortitude to do it.
Okay, so that's so funny that you said that, because we don't say mental fortitude in the military. We say testicular fortitude.
Dude.
How misogynistic is that
That
shit?
is, I was just about to say, that's some misogynistic ass shit right there. You have the
It's so bad. That's how bad they get you. I laugh at that, at misogyny in that sense, because I'm
Dude,
like, yo, get the
vaginas are way
testicular
tougher
fortitude.
than balls,
Yo,
though.
facts though.
Vaginas
that,
push out babies.
that is like in dispute. Aside from that, I mean, they could take a swift kick a little bit better, I think.
Bro, I accidentally brushed like my balls. Well, I know it's too graphic, but I brushed my balls earlier, and it was like I had to sit down for like 3 minutes, and it was like an accident. I wasn't even like
Like a little tap, like you got like one of them, like a quick tap on it.
Like I don't know. I was like lifting like a case of water. I had put my arm down real fast, and it had like hit me. But
so you like pappy tapped yourself.
But it was very light. But it was that spot.
It don't take a lot. It don't take a lot.
Testicles are not that tough.
No, they're not.
Very sensitive.
You know what else is not that tough? Breasts. A lot of people don't know that. But unless it's in a unless you're like looking for it, when you get hit in the tit, it is not okay.
Female attacker, punch her in the tit.
Don't. Yes. There's a meme about that. There's a meme about that. There's a meme about female attackers. About pulling her fun bags. That's what the meme says.
What'd you say?
It says it's a female attacker meme. It's probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And it says to pull her fun bags and kick her love box.
All right.
I will tell you right now, both of those work.
Holy shit.
I feel like the love box is not as bad as
do not underestimate the power of nerves.
No, but I think it's a matter of how you hit it.
I don't know,
man. Are you catching the tip?
If you get a full kick.
No, but all right. But if you're catching like the flat part of the foot there, it's probably a little different than like the point of the foot.
Well, they're both gonna fucking hurt. I can tell you that.
Listen, you catch me with anything, even like John said, a little flick, I'm crying.
Do you remember there was a party at one of your exes at her house, and there was a certain one of your future exes there, but you didn't date her yet, but she fell on me and landed on my knee.
I feel like that.
I don't want to name names.
What you just said was just so complicated.
But it was a Christina and another Christina. That's the point. But I went nothing else. Anyway, one of the Christinas landed on my knee, and I was like,
was she incapacitated for like 10 minutes?
She was crying because I was sitting on the couch, and somebody pushed her, and she landed like.
Oh, you split the middle.
Yeah, and I'm John. I'm John. I'm tall and I'm lanky. I got bony ass knees, so she landed
been tall too. You've always been tall, bro.
She landed
and they're both so short.
Her whole vajayjay. Landed
oh my God,
on
stop,
my thing, and
I can't think about it anymore. Make it stop,
dude. She was in tears. We got like 2 minutes, so like 45. We're good. We're at 40. We're at 42. But yeah, no, she was crying. So I believe Katina when she says, "Attack the fun bags, attack the mystery box, and you'll get yourself a win." If that female attacker, you
get yourself a win.
Yeah, we could be Me Too's.
What
bro.
the fuck?
Fuck that. Yo, men's rights, bro. Fuck that, man. Let's.
Speaking on the
female attackers exist though, because that shit is real. You know what I'm saying?
It absolutely does.
They really, really do.
Fucking women are savages sometimes.
Nigga.
They really, really are.
Bro.
I'm a lesbian. I know. I mean, be fucking intense.
I want to I've seen some very aggressive women.
Listen, you have no idea.
Like, hold up. You're making me.
Did you have to be one of them?
I got a story for you guys.
Did you have to be one of them in the army? Like, did you have to be overly aggressive?
No. Fuck, no. Well, when I first joined the army, DADT was still in effect. It didn't get out of effect until much later.
Wait,
so for
DADT? That means don't ask, don't tell.
Okay. I'm making sure that the audience knows that.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah, because, oh, man, shit, it's been a little bit of time now. Some people might not even realize that was a whole fucking thing for a while. Yep. Don't ask, don't tell. You weren't allowed to be gay in the military, but nobody was allowed to ask you. And if they asked, you weren't allowed to tell them.
Yep.
And if you haven't caught on already, Katina's gay.
Really, really fucking gay.
Word. Oh, that's what's up.
It's happened for a really long fucking time, too.
Be proud,
I was like one of the first people to come out in high school.
Word. I remember. It was a change from like 7th and 8th grade. to like new Katina. I'm like, who the fuck is this girl?
I don't give a fuck, Katina. Also, I had started doing drugs by then.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so that's where the don't give a fucks came from.
Yeah, that's where the don't give a fucks came from.
So you said that you didn't have to be more masculine as a female in the Army?
No.
Like, you felt respected by your counterparts, your male counterparts?
Yeah.
Wait,
all right.
There was a giggle
That
there.
didn't really sound too assuring.
There was a giggle.
I'll tell you, there's a story.
Okay.
Right? Because only one dude ever really like, two dudes ever really hit on me in the military, and both of them were promptly shut down publicly, and it was more about a respect thing always than obviously me being gay thing, you know? But yeah. So after that, if anybody tried to hit on me or thought about it and talked to their friends about it, everybody was like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, nah, dude.
But that was a lot like high school, right? Because I got into like 2 or 3 fights. And then everybody was like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, just leave her alone.
I mean,
yeah, just leave her alone.
Because she's going to fight you back.
Yeah,
like, that's going to be a fight. So
just leave her alone.
So you set the expectation amongst your peers
that I was not one to be fucked with. Yes,
and they were able to proactively thwart any attempts.
Yes,
by others.
And then obviously I busted my ass in the military. Particularly when I first got in, I was very, as we call it in the Army, hua.
Yeah, what?
That's so again? The Army says hua, right? Like that's our noise. Yeah. That's what we say.
But I feel like that's not how they say it.
That is how we say it.
No, but I don't think you're giving the.
Nigga, she's how dare you? The fuck is wrong?
You want me to give you? I'm not going to give you a hua right now.
She knows what I'm talking about. That's exactly what she knows.
But the term, the way that I use the term is exactly how we use it.
Okay,
I was very
hua.
All right, I was very Army. I was ready to go career. I wanted to be a drill sergeant and then a recruiter. I was trying to get promoted. I had picked the worst MOS in the world to do so. MOS is military operative service, by the way. It's your job. I was a 92 Golf. I was a cook.
Whoa.
A food service specialist.
Okay.
But I was cooking for a long time prior to that. So okay. I was altogether through the military and outside of it, I have like 12 years cooking experience. So when I joined the military, I went in already knowing what I had to do. And so I excelled at my job.
Okay.
All right. PT was never my strong point. I have really bad knees.
PT?
Physical training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go do fucking exercise.
That's a good time.
Sounds like it sucks.
Some people do that here willingly. She was forced
people
to do
that they do it willingly, and it's insane to me.
Yeah. I agree with you.
And what's crazy is before the military, I loved to run. I really did. I was on the track team. And like, I like to run. I like to run in the rain. I just like to go out and get those endorphins pumping. But the military just fucking ruined everything for me.
Because it wasn't a choice anymore.
And it wasn't about, she also didn't choose to run with 50 pounds of gear, you know.
Yeah, it was 45.
When she was in high school, that was like, it was almost,
it was
run with as little as possible.
And now I can't run anymore.
Yeah.
Now I can't run anymore.
That's crazy. Yeah. Military will fuck you up from what I heard. But Ray has nothing. I don't want to say he has nothing but good things to say. But
it doesn't fuck everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Some people have more testicular fortitude and they come out the other end not as jacked up. Some people don't go through the same experiences and so they don't have the same PTSD. But I will say that I've never met anybody who was in the military that didn't have PTSD, whether they deployed or otherwise.
So
there's mad trauma to go because of what they do to you.
They brainwash you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like there's
I couldn't be around my family.
Insight.
I fought with my family when I came home after training because they didn't understand. Exactly. And they don't explain that when you're going through recruiting process, that there's adjustment and you're not, they're like, oh, it'll make you a better person. You'll never be the same again. But they're not like, yo, you're never going to be the same again. You know what I'm saying? Like
they don't tell you that part.
That was in the off manual fine print,
really,
right?
you know, and I'm like, you have an idea, but you don't realize that like everybody comes out fucked up.
Yeah,
everybody comes out fucked up. You want things like sitting on the airplane yesterday, and I was seated in all the way back row, which I don't have a problem with. On the left side, because I'm a disabled veteran. It takes me a little bit to move. I don't like holding up lines. It's embarrassing. I don't want to have to explain myself and go through the awkwardness of everybody thanking me and then actually waiting patiently for me to move, you know? So I sit in the back and wait. And watching people leave a plane blows my mind. It gives me so much anxiety. You guys can probably see it on my face right now. Okay?
Your voice has changed a little bit. Right?
Like,
something just happened.
Just like one row at a time, stand up. If the row in front of you has not cleared out, don't fucking move. Because you're just going to make a mess for everybody else.
No, what do you mean? I have to get off the plane first.
You can't get off the plane first because there are people in front of you that need to get off the plane.
He's trying to be sarcastic.
I know, and this is me and my logic, and this is how my brain works, and this is the conversation that I have, the imaginary conversations that I have when I'm sitting in the back of the plane.
But what's funny though is I realized how quickly I just provoked you. Like unintentionally, mind you.
No, you didn't provoke me.
No, your tone completely changed. No, but I get it though. Like I do get it. Like everyone has like. There's buttons.
There's ticks. There's little things
right.
There's never a disorganized line in the military.
Right. I mean,
we automatically know to snake it. Oh, there's not enough space for us to move this line out and across the yard.
The average person in public is stupid.
Snake the line. Take as little space as possible.
That's insane, man.
But you see how much that bothers me? Yeah. That's how the military brainwashes you.
It's indoctrination.
You know.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You know? Yeah.
So,
Katina, with you, we got so much more to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for part 2 with Katina. She's gonna stick around and be on next week's episode also. All right.
Oh, I hope you're looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I don't care if they are. I do though. I'm Frank.
I hope you guys are enjoying me. I can be a little obnoxious sometimes.
Nah, I'm having
not
a blast.
For everybody, so I hope the listeners are enjoying my input.
You're for the Alpha 5 podcast and the Alpha 5 audience.
Hell yeah.
You are part of the Alpha 5.
I am part of the Alpha 5 audience.
Part of the Alpha 5.
Facts.
I do. I keep up with y'all.
I'm Frank, a.k.a. PJ, here with John.
You.
And Katina.
Yep.
We appreciate you tuning in. Remember to catch us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Alpha 5 Podcast. Remember, we are all alphas at something. Peace.